Spain controlled four Christian kingdoms on the Iberian Peninsula: Portugal, Castile, Navarre, and Aragon. Granada, now in modern-day Spain, wasn't controlled by the Spanish Empire due to the fact that Granada was a Muslim kingdom and Spain was Christian. The four kingdoms unified when King Ferdinand of Aragon and Queen Isabella of Castile got married. The kingdoms stayed separate, but they joined up to fight Muslims from northwest Africa. These Muslims are called Moors. They then joined kingdoms to make one whole kingdom, Spain. Muslims had been in Iberia since the 700s, and Jews had been there since almost Roman times. The Spanish gave the Muslims and Jews two options: either to stay and convert to Christianity, or to leave. Most of them chose to leave, which hurt Spain, mainly because the Jews and Muslims were valuable to Spain, as they were the majority of merchants that produced the money for the country. Under Ferdinand and Isabella's complete control, many Spanish explorations began. During these explorations, the country made money from silver mines. He was part of the Habsburg family, who was a German family who would gain power through political. Charles was given the Spanish throne and was then elected Holy Roman Emperor. He was the one who called Martin Luther to the Diet of Worms to make him recant his teachings. He had to defend Europe against the Ottoman Turks, and he drove them away from Vienna. Religious wars between Catholics and Lutherans took a toll on Spain. Problems Spain had under Charles included lacking industries, a difficulty feeding a growing population, and a scattered empire. Charles gave up the throne and divided his land. Philip II. Philip II was the successor to Charles V. Philip was a dedicated king who didn't have much of a private life. Once he came to power, Philip ordered construction of El Escorial, and it was a building to serve the purpose of a burial place for his father, a monastery, and a palace. Philip took a very aggressive hold on the Spanish government and inserted himself into all the country's issues. Philip saw himself as the leader of the Counter-Reformation, and he was a devout Catholic. He ordered the Spanish Inquisition in order to crack down on the heretics. He also got involved in foreign wars. The economic situation grew worse and worse as taxes weren't enough to pay for the wars, and bankers kept increasing loans to make Spain a wealthier country. Philip eventually realized that he couldn't eliminate all the enemies that Spain had, and he realized this after he attempted invading England in 1588 with the Spanish Armada. This war ended up being won by the English. The rise of the Dutch. Philip also inherited the Netherlands. He was very harsh with the citizens by ignoring their tradition of self-rule, and he gave the nobles all the power. He also taxed the Netherlands very heavily in the trade market. He also persecuted the Calvinists. In a revolt led by William the Silent, William's army used guerrilla warfare against the Spanish. The northern part of the Netherlands became independent from Spain. Decline of the Spanish Empire. Dutch independence began the decline of the Spanish Empire, which involved many factors. The growing population was a huge drain on Spanish resources. Gold and silver was also flowing into Spain from the colonies, so prices increased in Spain, which led to a decline in industry because it cost more to make goods in Spain than in other countries. The expulsion of the Jews and Moriscos, due to the fact that they were skilled farmers and artisans. Many citizens decided to emigrate from Spain due to high taxation and inflation, and all of these factors were the catalyst for the end of the Spanish Empire.